guys, and welcome back to our YouTube channel.
First of all, we would like to say thank you for all of you guys who watched our previous vlog because we almost reached 1,000 views in just a few days.
It was so nice to see so many positive and supportive messages, and because many of you were curious about how Ahicia got her permanent residency, we decided to make this video. A big advice that I wanna give you after being in Australia for more than 5 years is to think.
If you see my face, it doesn't look like I'm laughing.
Alright. Let's go. A big advice that I want to give you after being in Australia for more than 5 years is to think long term from the start.
So if you're curious to know how I got my Australian residency and the documents I needed all throughout the process, then this video is for you. Are you ready?
Let's begin. Okay guys, so first of all, there are many ways to achieve Australian residency and none of them is easy.
Before to come here, I never really thought about how I could stay in Australia permanently. When I was in Philippines, I was very excited about traveling overseas and I always focused my attention on finding a job, finding a great school and a place where to stay. And that seemed everything to worry about.
Okay, but what if you come to Australia and you really like it? What if you come here and you fell in love with Australia or someone you've met here? Like me, for example.
When I was in Philippines, I never thought about it. I picked a course that I like, which was event management, packed my luggage, and flew to Melbourne. 1.5 years went by extremely fast, and I found myself in front of a new migration agent having to choose a new course, a new school, and more money to pay.
That's when you realize that your visa sooner or later will expire. It can be 6 months, 1 year or 2, but what happened after that? This happened to many people who come here and you realize at the moment that it's just a circle and you just keep on having to, pay money to renew your visa and try to stay here longer. But it's better if you look from a solution from the start.
Luckily, back then, my new agent took the time to explain the different pathway courses that can lead to temporary or permanent residency. So my plan became to study early childhood education. Just a bit of advice, guys. Don't let the cost of the course you're choosing from influence your decision. I know it's hard and I've been there, but the truth is the cheapest one don't usually offer a pathway to residency. As we're recording this, I still miss 6 months to complete my study. So how come did I get my residency back?
Yeah, how come? The initial plan was for her to study early childhood education and after 2-year courses and getting a diploma to apply a temporary residency, which is a 2-year windows of time where she should have found a permanent job and work up to an amount of hours that give you the possibility basically to get permanent residency. What we decided to do is to speed up this process, and instead of waiting, we decided to attach her visa to my one.
So basically, I got my residency because of Raimondo.
So this thing is called a partner visa, meaning that when you are a couple and you need to be a legit one, if one of the partner has a permanent residency or a citizenship, the other partner can basically attach his visa and get the residency straight away. Now, it wouldn't really matter if I was a resident or a citizen because she would just get the residency. I mean, just get, it's a big thing. It's a big thing to achieve, but it doesn't matter. Some people get confused. Oh, so if you are a citizen, she becomes citizen straight away. No, that's not the case. Once you have your residency,
you can apply for citizenship.
You can apply for citizenship, but that's like an individual thing.
Yeah, it doesn't work like we get married and I become a citizen or a resident straight away.
So another reason we decided to enter this process was because, I saw quite a few times Ahicia very worried about her future in Australia with me, because especially in time of COVID, it's hard to get a full-time job and we don't know how things are gonna go. And 6 months you're gonna finish your course, and that's not too long to go, honestly. And then working 20 hours, which is the main restriction, let's say, that affects you as a student. It can be hard at times because many employers are looking for maybe someone who can work 40 hours. So even if she had the right experience and she found a good job, she would had no as an answer, which is not nice to hear. And also it's hard to save money while having to, pay school fees and then everything else. So this way we can start actually to stop worrying about those things and focusing on, saving money, traveling, and do all those things that, you give for granted, but they're actually not. And when you go in another country and you realize about those things, they weigh up a lot on your mental health and your happiness. Also, we've been planning for a while, to go to Philippines, and finally I want to meet her family and for her to come to visit my one in Italy. And all those things are very hard when you are on different visas. Obviously, I work full time. I can just get annual leave, which I'm also paid, and go back to Italy or Philippines, enjoy, have a nice time, and come back anytime I want, as long as it's fine with my job. But when you
For
are on a
me.
student visa, it's a lot harder. You need the only time you can actually leave is the same time you need to match your school holidays. So therefore, with my job, school holidays are the period when it's actually busier because I work in hospitality industry. So you can imagine that makes it really hard. And as soon as this COVID thing is over, like, we would really like to go. So this time we won't have that issue anymore. We can just plan it, book our tickets, and go.
Yay! But don't think that it's easy to apply this visa, and all you need is a resident boyfriend or a citizen boyfriend, and that's the end of it.
Australian authorities want to make sure that only legit couple go through this process. So the requirements for the application of this visa are very strict.
So, which documents and evidence did we need?
Besides passport, health insurance, and police check, which are needed for any visa that you apply here in Australia, for the partner visa, as the name says, the most important stuff are proof of your relationship.
When we applied the visa, we submitted lots and lots of photos that was taken throughout our relationship.
Yeah, don't think you just rock up one day and you go to 4 different locations and you take a few pictures and that's a tick. So the picture needs to be genuine and needs to be, with friends and family and different location, maybe even during travels, of you enjoying your time together.
And they actually may check your social media accounts and check those photos if it's real.
Another important thing are tickets and receipts of, places where you've been. For example, if you have been traveling, plane ticket is very good to keep. If you go to the cinema, the two of us, keep the receipt. You go out for celebrate your anniversary to a nice restaurant, keep the receipt. All those things collect again in the years are very important.
And also mail and email that are addressed to both of us. For example, postcards, bills.
Party invitation, and everything similar. Something that the authorities will definitely check is if you have a shared bank account and if you manage your finances together. So obviously that's the main thing nowadays, to actually check if you do things together. So one good idea is to open up a shared bank account, meaning that at the same bank you open account under both of the names, and each one of us just deposit money, and obviously can withdraw and use them to do things like grocery shopping.
You go tap tap tap.
And all the things you do together, like ice cream, anything about food relating. Bianca here. No, but it's actually like a very simple thing that makes easy as well to manage the money between the two of us, and it's actually good proof. So yeah, just make sure to get it done.
Another helpful thing is